Lego Legion. I'm Miles, and this is Sarah, Bennett, Ian, and Sean. We identified our own community as having a lot of natural disasters recently. For example, in the past 3 years, we've had a derecho, snowmageddon, severe thunderstorms, severe flooding, earthquakes.
During most of the natural disasters that Miles named, road conditions were treacherous, and many people were unsure of which roads were passable. The problem we identified is that many problems persisted long after the main repair efforts were over, and many people were not sure which roads were passable. Also, it took work crews far too long to know which problems they needed to take care of.
Our solution was to create an Android app. We did some research and found that there were multiple states that had phone numbers to call to report problems to work crews, but it did not allow to report problems to other people who might encounter these problems. Also, we found I think 1 or 2 regional apps that could report to other people, but it could not report to the work crews, so they did not know about it.
We talked to the co-chairs of the Transportation Committee of the McLean Citizens Association, and they thought our idea was unique. They also thought that the town officials would like our idea because they are called constantly about road conditions during a natural disaster. We also talked to representatives at the EPA and the Army Corps of Engineers and our friends and family, and we used their feedback to help us in the development of our app. We also talked to our district board supervisor, John Faust, about our idea, and he has scheduled a meeting, and he really liked our idea, and he thought that VDOT might want to use our idea, so he scheduled a meeting with VDOT, so that we can present our app to them.
So our app is called RCR, or Road Condition Reporter, and we asked a computer science teacher to teach us the basics on how to make an app. And so it has 4 main functions for users. It allows them to report problems, and it displays all the problems that are nearby so they can see them. It also sends a prioritized list of all the problems to work crews so they can fix them. And it has a list of frequently asked questions with answers.
Here is the main menu with a list of all the functions that Bennett just described.
On this screen, you can report a problem, and by using this drop-down menu, you can select the type of problem: fallen tree, flooding, ice, snowdrift, roadkill, and other. And by submitting the problem, you can drop a pin as to where it is. And then on this screen, it will, in future versions, right now it's not fully functional, it will be able to calculate a route to get to your destination, avoiding all hazards.
On this screen, you can see a list of all road hazards prioritized by type and validity. If you want to report a problem and you see that it's already been reported, you can tap it and validate the hazard, acknowledging that it's there. And the more times people validate a hazard, the higher it goes on the priority list.
So on this screen called Alerts Nearby, it has a list of all the problems that you might run into while you're driving, and in a future version they might be in grid view to display all the data about them more efficiently.
Okay, this is the FAQ screen, as you can see there. It answers several commonly asked questions from safety concerns from drivers, such as how can you see black ice and what do you do if you accidentally run over an animal?
We have some improvements we'd like to make, such as voice recognition and remote reporting capabilities, but conceptually this app addresses the problem that we've initially identified. So.
Also, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Radiant Blue Technologies. Any questions?
Very good, guys.
I know you mentioned a couple people you shared, groups you shared with. What types of research did you do to decide on this app?
Well, as you can see, there's a whole little folder binder of research right there, right? Yeah, that's the binder.
Yeah.
And it's not just research, but it's also because we live in a very heavily wooded area, and originally the problem was, how do you know if there's a bunch of trees falling? Especially in my neighborhood, once it fell down, it got rid of our power for quite a long time. And it just seemed important about that, and eventually we kept on listing problems that we could report on, and eventually we came to this.
But the research that we did was mainly to find what all was out there that was like our app, which, as I said, you could either report it to other people or report it to work crews, but not both. And so we did both of them, and then some other stuff like FAQs and alternate routes. And also, that was the main reason that we did all of this, but we also used a couple of ideas that were in some of them. Like, on one particular one, we got the drop-down pins for the map, so.
Another especially important thing was that news sources, we used a lot of those actually before we even started the project, but we'd already sort of researched a lot about, especially how long their power was at after the derecho. Like some people, like me, they went to hotels in DC and stuff, but some people actually had to stay home when it got really, really hot. And we just looked at the news, and it just seemed like the best thing to do right then.
Yeah.
Like Dominion could get to all the power lines.
So we used some of other apps and websites and like the news ideas to help us build on our app. Yeah.
But-
So
Now, you shared this with a member of your city board of supervisors. Who else did you share it with?
We shared it with, are you talking about the co-chairs of transportation, or are you talking about the supervisor?
John Faust.
Oh, well, he's actually the supervisor of our entire district, but
Yeah.
not like the county, just the
Right.
district.
Yeah. We also talked to the co-chairs of the McLean Transportation Committee.
The EPA, some people from the EPA, and a
The
couple people from the Army Corps of Engineers.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, and they told us just a little bit of information that about what it was that they did and what else we should include in this. So
Yeah. And we also share this with our family and friends, and we use their feedback.
What are the limitations of these existing solutions? Have you considered other existing solutions?
well, that was actually the main part of the research that we did, was to see was there any pre-existing solutions. We
And-
found nothing that covered
Nothing
all of
covered
the stuff
all,
that
yeah.
we did
Yeah.
in one app.
Also, another thing is
Um,
that this could actually, besides the reporting to work crews, you could actually be able to share the information with people outside of the Virginia region because of the fact that you use Google Maps.
Well,
I mean-
hopefully,
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're
for
scheduled.
sure.
So we're having a meeting. John Faust is scheduling a meeting with VDOT to see, and he said he would want to bring some actual app developers when we share our idea, so that they can actually start using the basis of our app to create a full, powerful app that would actually work. So.
Yeah, so our app, it really is a combination of all the apps that we have found. None of them
And
are
then some.
quite like, and some of our own ideas. Yeah, so other apps, they have parts of our app, but like our app does more than just that. And our app is supposed to make it quick and easy to report a problem, because most people will not take 30 minutes to report something like that is, like a tree that has fallen down that's blocking their path. So this is to make it quick and easy.
why Android and not like iPhone?
iOS, the app building technology costs like $100 or so, and MIT App Inventor is free.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, if we, when the, meeting with VDOT, they will be able to program this
Yeah, they're
so that it will be
professionals,
for
they can do it
everything.
right.
It's
And
just,
also-
in order to have a sort of prototype, the quickest and easiest thing that we could actually use was Android, so,
Yeah.
None
but
of
this
us
is
are
not, this is not the final version.
None of us are experienced enough to program in HTML5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we
can't
have.
learn it in 4 weeks.
Yeah. So, I mean, some of us certainly picked up to it quickly, but
Cough, cough.
I mean, we all did some work, but touch up.
Yeah. We all like designed a page and
Bennett touched
yeah,
it.
Bennett, he was like amazing at programming the app, but we all helped in the programming of our app.
Yeah, have you thought of adding to the app where the people like VG&E or whoever could say what they're working on, so you would know when your area might get fixed by them? You know, letting them know, something like that?
Well, did we show the work groups page?
Yeah, we showed the work.
Oh,
Well,
there
yeah,
is.
well, that thing,
Okay.
well, I mean, like, if you look at it and there's a problem in your area, like, that you reported, and you see that has a check on it, or it's not there anymore,
Okay.
you know it's been fixed.
Yeah.
Because the workers have the option to clear
Clear
it
it,
once.
yeah. Once
Yeah.
they have fixed the problem, they have the ability to clear it.
Alright.
But that's not available to like the.
Yeah, people,
Very
that
good, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you.